Feels like a very nice day. A very, very nice day. Why? Because Roma has won their first Derby della Capitale in quite a while. I think it's been about 2 or 3 years at this point. I'm Wayne Gerard. We're going to be breaking this down statistically, fan comments, whoever wants to jump on in. I just want to preview this. If this goes below 10, let's say 10 minutes, then there will be a part two because I'm watching my daughter by myself today. So if she wakes up, I got to go and grab her. But anyway, it is so nice to be back after this win. I want to check all my settings, make sure everything is okay. My audio looks good. Yeah. Okay. So to start off this game, I just want to say that I see a family being built more than anything. I think that this team has really come together at a time where now it's truly crunch time, guys. This is the moment where they need to start to unify and play like a true team. Why? Because we have Champions League qualification coming up. That is on the horizon right now. Okay, I just want to look through some of the stuff that's going on right now. So this was this delirium that the fans were in well, I can take that commercial down, pre-match on the way to the stadium. Brilliant support that they got. We've got De Rossi on the cover of everything. We see Mancini waving the flag under the Curva Sud. So a brilliant spectacle that we have today. Just from obviously De Rossi and the players and the fans all around. Let me see if I could change this real quick. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit of a better view. So I think we should look at the stats first, starting lineups, and then break it in from there. So let's go to Gazzetta dello Sport and see what they have presented here. Okay, just looking at like probable formations. Actually, this one was beautiful as well. Here you've got the novel that became the storyline between Guendouzi and Dybala. There's a video out there right now well, of course, you know that those two got in it today. But then what happened? Eventually, it comes up with Dybala taking out his shin guard and saying, "Hey, you don't have this." What's on his shin guard is his trophy from winning World Cup gold. So some antics there for sure. But I'm just trying to find quickly. I'm over at FOTMob, which has become kind of like my go-to for statistics. I think they're pretty good. And here we go. Share this tab instead. Yeah, there we go. So to start it for Roma, Svilar started. Celi, Llorente, Mancini, Angelino. Some of the, I guess, things we didn't see coming here, from my opinion. I did not see Celik getting the nod over Karsdorp. I thought that the Dutch right back was going to definitely get the start. Angelino, I think, starts over Spinazzola due to injuries. That could be technical. I'm not so sure, but I did think Angelino played a pretty good game. In midfield, Pellegrini returns. The captain gets his place over Bove, with Paredes playing defensive midfield and Cristante as the intermedio. Lukaku, and El Shaarawy from right to left there as well. For Lazio, though, there was an idea, a possibility that Castellanos was going to start over Immobile. I didn't really believe that. Igor Tudor, to me, seems like a respectable coach. He doesn't have too much drama about him. But along with that, Immobile, look, this is the man of the derby for Lazio. This is their captain. He's going to go down as, he's definitely their highest goal scorer of all time. Perhaps their best player ever, offensively speaking, because they do have some Italian defensive legends. But he got the start, almost had a goal, but that was onside in the first half. He shoots it at the side netting. Kamada also starts over, not Felipe Anderson, Luis Alberto with Isaacson there, right to left. In the midfield, Marusic, Guendouzi, Vecino, Anderson, and Felipe Anderson there. Casale, Romagnoli, and Gila, as well as Mandas in net, as Provedel was out for this one. Lazio were also missing Zaccagni. You can see some of the halftime substitutions here. Remember that the goal for Roma, Mancini's goal, came at almost the end. I think it was the 43rd minute. So we see Tudor going with a this is a gutsy choice here. He took out Isaacson, Immobile, and Romagnoli, and definitely goes with a more attacking lineup here. I'm not sure why Romagnoli was taken out. That's bizarre. Also, you took out Immobile. I think that was probably a mistake. But we also have the league table here, and I want you to pay attention to the third spot. Here we could see just how close that Roma is coming. What happened to Juventus? You have a team with Vlahovic, Bremer, other great players. The French player, the French midfielder. Oh my gosh, what is his name? You know who I'm thinking of from PSG. It's been a long day. I'll be honest with you, I haven't been sleeping as much as I usually do. So it's not that it's been a long day. It's been a long time that I haven't slept normally. So sometimes Rabiot, anyway, sometimes these names escape me. But Milan definitely clear in second. They're going to finish the Serie A season with a stronghold on second, but far off of their city rival. But like I said, Juventus, 30 games played at this point, one less than Roma, so they could push that to 62. But for the time being, 4 points there. Also, Bologna, in the time being, just 2 points ahead, they could go to 60. And I think that is a good segue to check out what's going on with the rest of the league and who those two teams are going to be facing. We have Frosinone and Bologna kicking it off very early tomorrow with Monza, Napoli, Verona, Genoa. That game, I like watching Genoa this year. Pretty much because of Albert, but I also like Retegui, Cagliari, Atalanta, and then it's Juventus, Fiorentina. That is going to be a stellar match, I think. I really believe that La Viola can grab points off of Juventus. I'd still rate Italiano. I think that team is deep. They're not a spectacularly talented team, but for being like a 6th to 7th place team, they are really deep. So they can keep a consistent level of like above average, if that makes sense. But speaking about Bologna, yeah, Frosinone, and that's not going to be easy in Frosinone. They've got a young team, one which gives a lot of energy in their matches. But let's be honest, it's Thiago Motta's match to lose. It's Xerxes' match to not score. So let's see what happens with that. I do see a lot of people. I just look back at my screen. Thank you guys for coming in. I know it hasn't been directly after the match, but I am we're here now, right? So keep those comments coming in, keep the likes, keep the subscriptions, send this out to your Romanisti. We are going to go over some clips directly from Roma Club New York in just a few moments. Germanicus is here. Love you, man. Thank you for your support. Rocco says, very good performance. Well done. De Rossi, Lukaku looked sluggish, and I agree. I think there were some times where I was like, Lukaku looks a little bit off it. I guess it happens. He has good days and bad days, right? Hold up play wasn't terrible. He drew a few fouls, which were significant. I should definitely make this bigger for you. I'm sorry. There we go. Lukaku also, Narf, going back on Rocco, says he still has his mind on Megan Thee Stallion too much. She's ruining a comfortable chance at the top 4. And Rocco says, yeah, it is strange. I agree. But look, I was talking to my buddy Irfan, just like my closest friend before I came on air, and we were discussing Lukaku, right? He comes in late at the end of the season, doesn't get a preseason in, and that's not an excuse, but what I'm saying is that he's done his job in as far as like he was put in to score goals, and that he's done plenty of. Is he going to be this top caliber player still? I'm not so sure. Look, this is a loanee. He's not a player that I would really spend too much money on. I don't think Lukaku should be signed permanently. But overall, I've been satisfied from what he offers Roma at this point in time. Could we have seen a goal today? Could he have been a little bit more anticipating deflections and stuff? That's probably true as well. Rocco says he's afraid of these European matches with Milan. That could drain Roma for the upcoming match against Bologna. Yeah, so let's take a quick look at when that match is coming up. It could be fairly soon. Genoa, that's May 19th, but Roma do have Milan coming, Wednesday, the 11th, and then the second leg of that is 8 days after. That's Thursday, April 18th. So on the horizon, big matches, and I realized that I said it was May 19th. Excuse me, April 22nd versus Bologna. It's the red and blue, Genoa, Bologna. It threw my mind for a loop. Anyway, but you could see that there on your screen. So Rocco makes a good point. Could these matches against against Milan be a big drain? For sure. Germanicus says he's happy that Roma finally, after 4 matches, pulled out a win. And I think that's the major storyline today. I also want to ask you guys, here we go. Where is it? We got the Roma win, yes. But who was your MVP today? I have an idea of who mine is. I want to hear what everyone else has to say about it. And there we go. I think let's ask that to everybody in the audience right now. Who was your man of the match? Roma Lazio, 1 goal, That was by Mancini. I think Svilar is up there. But yeah, we were going over the starting lineup, weren't we? So let's go back to that just so you have it more in your face here. El Shaarawy, he did his job. It wasn't his best match ever, and I think that Stefan knows that as well. Like, he's used to probably getting a little bit more touches on the ball, some shots on net. I thought Pellegrini had a good match. I thought Paredes showed up. At times, I did think the defense to offense, they were looking to transition sometimes a little bit too quickly, and the ball was being played too vertical, a little bit too much verticalazione, right? That they were rushing the play too much. Instead, they needed to link up, cool their horses down on the counter. But obviously, this is a tactic that De Rossi had demanded from them, wanted from them, and they tried to do it. So you got to give credit where that was. Dybala I thought he had a really strong match. He doesn't come up with a goal and an assist, which is an anomaly for him. But we do see here he gets a really good rating. So as far as Fatma goes, he gets the Man of the Match award, 7.8. And as we look a little bit further into his stat sheet there, 79 minutes played, gets substituted out for Tammy Abraham, who we're very happy to see again. Oddly, his rating is the same as his minutes played. Oh, he did get the assist. Oh, he played that ball in. Okay, very good. Yeah, I guess that makes sense off the corner kick there for Mancini. 2 chances created. Excellent. It's weird. Sometimes those metrics are strange, right? Expected assists is almost nothing, 0.03. It's like not even anything at all. But how could that be true if he played in a perfect ball just at the top of the keeper's box off of a corner kick? That should definitely be higher. But it shows you that these stats are still not perfect today. Substitutions in for Roma. I'm going to blow this up for you. Spinazzola comes in the 70th. 9 minutes later, you have the double substitution of Smalling and Tammy, and then Eduardo Bove comes in for, I think, Pellegrini, right? He came in for Lorenzo, I'm pretty sure. Or no, Paredes, excuse me. Good stuff. Also, Atalanta there, 5 points behind Roma. I'm not too afraid of them anymore, although it should be said that they are 2 matches behind. So maybe I should take that back. Should I be more afraid of Atalanta, a team with Koop Miners and Adamola Lookman? They're a strong team. So the more I think about it, the more it makes me afraid, especially as I go back to Rocco's comment there about just keeping your eye on that draining fixture against Milan, or double fixture. Yikes. Okay, back to the comments. And once again, thanks guys for coming in, enjoying every minute. Young Dashi is in here. He says, Daye. I don't know. Rocco knows more about this stuff than I do. Joe says, Mancini the Warrior playing through injuries. Luca, him, and Abraham. Yes, I think I have to agree with Germanicus here in that Mancini and Rocco is my man of the match, as well as Joe, Cicero here, and Football Drawn. So a little bit about Football Drawn, and I hope he's still in the chat right now. I was doing some background research on Di Bartolomei, the Roma captain throughout the early 80s. He led the team to their second Scudetto ever. I want to pull up this on Gentleman Ultra real quick, and if you want, I will send the link in the chat as well. So while I was doing this research, I came across this great piece by by Football Drawn, which was about Di Bartolomei. I can also post that in here as well. I thought it was really great, but I'm going to post it. Yeah, let me just find it real quick through my Twitter. Scroll way down. So we also saw the new Derby kit today. I'm sure that raised a lot of eyebrows, for better or worse. But where is it? Where is it? Di Bartolomei. It's got to be here soon. Scrolling through Twitter. Anyway, yeah, keep comments coming in, guys. We'll keep chatting for as long as my daughter sleeps. Where is it? Where is it? Di Bartolomei. Come on. Let me use my search filter here. I can show you. Okay. By the way, this was really cool. This is the choreography that we saw today. While I'm looking for this piece to post to you. So this came from Di Bartolomei, his left foot, his signature left foot. Oddly, I shouldn't say oddly, but this is in respect to him. He would have had his birthday on April 8th. So in just 2 days, the more I learned about him through my writing, the more I just really fell in love with Di Bartolome. He was a phenomenal captain. He was so strong. He was such an elegant type of player. They really don't make too many players like him anymore. So maybe you also caught Aliyah Pilgrim. She's been out on Swiss duty. She's an international for Switzerland, and she's rocking the old school. Speaking of back in the day, but here we go. Where is it? I don't know. It's completely lost. Oh, where in the heck did this go? Di Bartolome. Come on. Like I just wrote it and it's not showing up for me. Come on, come on, come on. I've totally lost it. If you guys can find it for me, I would really appreciate that. Here we go. For some reason, it didn't populate to the top of the to the search at Gentleman Ultra. Anyway, here we go. So this is my story. I'm going to post here for you guys. And there also Football Drawn has posted his. So back to my point, I learned so much from Football Drawn's piece that he did about Di Bartolome. It's very interesting. It goes through like a little bit of his life story, what he meant to Roma. And the way that I put these long form pieces together is I gather as much information as I possibly can. And then I essentially stitch all of these little different stories, articles, interviews, and narratives together and make my own version out of it. Because that's just how research works, right? You got to use what's already out there. It's not like when I make these stories, I just get them from scratch. It's like a compilation, and then I kind of have to like contort it into my own brain. But anyway, if you get a chance, yeah, check out that story that's posted there from Football Drawn, as well as my own, which I posted in the chat. Germanicus, he says he thinks everyone has a smile on their face when Smalling and Abraham went in. Subs were good today. Mancini, man of the match. So let's look at a couple other things today from the match as well, because there's some really good. I think I can. Let me paste this or share this rather. This is Mancini, and he's waving a Lazio flag, which has the rat. Yo, classic. That's too good. You were able to see that, right? I hope that came out pretty clear. I'm gonna play that one more time. Yo, this guy for real. Mancini's too funny, man. But to me, he's become a hero to me, like of the club. Also, some other stuff here. Beautiful choreography ahead of the match. I thought these were just that's a beautiful moment, man. Look from top down. I mean, Chris Smalling in the back, all the boys, Baldanzi getting into it, Paredes all the way back there. Oh, and even El Shaarawy. Look deep by my mouse if you could see it. Look at the rat flag, and down to your left, you can see El Shaarawy all the way in the back. Angelino on the left with Karsdorp and Cristante. The whole staff is getting into it. That's a thing of beauty. Oh, the boys look so happy. Mancini, Bove, Tammy, brilliant stuff. Anti-Lazio. Where'd they even get that? They must have been thrown that from the Curva Sud. Dybala jumps up on the top of the barrier, hanging out with the Ultras. Speaking of Ultras, Lazio's Capo Ultra was arrested during the match. That's a significant story. I'll have more about that as time goes on, and that story becomes more developed. And by the way, we were talking earlier before I think a lot of people got in here. Dybala showed Guendouzi his shin guard. You know, the two of those were getting into it. He pulls out his shin guard, which has a photo of Argentina winning the World Cup. Ooh. I love Dybala's like kind of like little edgy side. But speaking of big moments of today, this is also a beautiful one. That's a class tweet there from Giallorossi Lupo. The English are coming. Some other stuff. Yeah. Powrich is here. He was there. Oh, I just heard from, speaking of, I just heard from Patrick. What did he say? Patrick just texted me. He's somewhere out there. Maybe he couldn't come in today. I don't know what he's doing. But there we go. De Rossi wins his first derby. Ooh, that's a great tweet from Enzo. Maybe he popped in so far. Excellent stuff. Let's keep it going. Montiel gets too much hate from the Italian fans, I think. They harp on his discipline, but he's more brilliant than he is error-prone. Should be starting for Italy, in my opinion. There's people out there who look to damage Mancini's reputation. I don't really know why. Is it because he's edgy, because he's tough? I don't know what the end, like, what are you doing? This is an Italian international. He's a great player. I'm not afraid to say that Gianluca Mancini is a great player because there's good, there's very good, and then there's the rest, right? You get above that glass ceiling. I think that Mancini is there, especially having seen him play in person last week. Was awesome to see him play for the Azzurri. But I want to show you guys this video here. Brilliant. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I have to run. My daughter's about to wake up, but we'll be back. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll have more videos soon. Yeah, she's getting up out of the crib now. We'll talk soon. Ciao, ciao. Thanks, guys.